Okay, today I'm going to do a oil change on a NX250. It's a same engine as a Camry, and it takes 0W16 oil, and the filter is 90915-ZNN, no, YZZN1, and I paid $550 for this in the Toyota dealership, and I think I paid like $22 for this one in Walmart. So this vehicle has, let me show you the mileage. $986 miles. So we just had it a few months now, haven't driven it much. So the car care nut has recommended that when you drive a vehicle, when you get a new one, you drive it gently for the first 1,000 miles, and after that you should recommend it that you change your oil, get rid of any silver particles that are in there from the engine wearing in, and then you change it every 5,000 miles after that. Now the dealer did not mention this. He said come in for the first service at 5,000 miles and the second one at 10,000. So there was no mention about the 1,000 miles. So I haven't looked at the manual, but I'm going to go with the car care nut. He's on YouTube and he's a master technician for Toyota. So I'm going to go off his recommendation. There's no harm in changing the oil a bit early. And after, so that's what I'm going to do with the 1,000-mile oil change. So I got some ramps. We pull the hood. I have these ramps. I got this part free and I got this added on because vehicles these days the bumper is a lot lower. This one is actually okay, but on my other vehicles it's lower. So I'm going to drive it up the ramp, maybe halfway, give me enough space to work underneath. Okay, it's up on the ramp now. And there's the cap. Surprisingly there's no marking on it, but right here, engine oil 0W16. So I'm going to go off that. So let's have a look underneath. So there's shields on everything now. So I'm going to remove this one by removing these screws, and then I should have access to the oil drain as well as the filter. So let's do that. Okay, so to get the shield off, I use a 10mm socket to get the 4 screws off. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I use a 14mm to get the drain nut off over here. And then I used one of these tools to get the oil filter off. And if you look over here, got a bit mangled because it was a bit tight to get off. The part number that came with the vehicle was 90915-10009, and the one they gave me was a 90915YZZN1. So I guess that's what they had, and that's what they gave me. I believe this filter is only available with new engines, I believe, and this is what you get from the dealer. So I'm going to install this now and then put the oil. Okay, just remember when you're putting your oil filter on, just put a layer of oil on this rubber seal. Make sure it came off with the old one, and I just hand tighten the filter back on snug. I didn't use any tools because I want to be able to get it off later on. Alright, and then up on top I purchased from Amazon this fill container that screws right onto the treads. So I'm just going to pour all the contents. The engine calls for 4.8 quarts and this is 5 quarts. So it's going to be slightly over, which is fine. And I'm going to pour all of it in, and then I'm going to put the cover on and start the engine, make sure there's no leaks before I put the shield back on. Alright, and I think that completes the job. Don't forget to make a note on your personal records of any job you do, so you could keep track of it. See over here, I have my Lexus, I have the date of purchase and the date of the oil change, and you put the mileage. Alright, I also put the oil type, how many quarts, and I put the filter model, the filter number. And to finish it off, you could buy some of these from eBay and just write the mileage when it's due and the grade of oil, and stick this on your windshield, and that completes it. Any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Okay, just looking at the oil after I drained it, there's a few metal spots. See, there's one there. So it's a good idea to flush your oil within 1,000 miles. See, there's some more right there, small little filings. So just keep that in mind. You probably wouldn't want this in your engine for another 5,000 miles.